Welcome into the MCAP Home Loans Content Creation Space. I am Zach Walker, your Business Development Director and resident stand-up comedian, joined today by Matthew Bryant, without the T. So Bryan of Fathom Realty, the Trinity Properties Group. I learned that the hard way. I've got him in my phone as Bryant, and that's touchy. No, I'm just kidding. Matthew, welcome in. Glad to have you, man. We've been trying to get this on the calendar for a little while.
We have.
You're a busy man.
A little bit.
What is there, like a crazy real estate market out there or something?
A little bit. Yeah.
It's nuts, right?
It is nuts.
I mean,
it is nuts.
Hey, hold on, because it's
not going to get any slower.
It might correct a little bit, but it's not going to slow down.
No, it's. I've never seen such a housing shortage.
And that's your market update for the day.
That's it.
So Matthew, we were talking a little bit before we came on air about your history, your past. Mm-hmm. You've been in real estate for what, 8 years, you said?
Yes, 8 years.
What did you do before real estate?
So before real estate, I was a sales rep, and I marketed a fabric and furniture company, custom rugs, and custom bedding to the design trade. So I called on interior designers, high-end designers, furniture stores, architect firms, and it was my job to get my products in front of them constantly and used constantly. And they became to rely on me for calling me, hey, here's a picture of the room we're working in. Here's the pattern and colors I need. I'd go to the showroom. I'd pull something together and take it to them. So very service oriented. And that really translated pretty easily for me into real estate, those two things.
Would you say that your passion for real estate stems from your passion for interiors?
To some degree, yes. Because, I mean, who doesn't want to go look at awesome houses? You know,
I do. I love it.
It's a lot of fun. But, you know, that's just the tip of the iceberg at what we do. But that service part of my personality kicks in, and facilitating that need and getting them to the end of the finish line happy. And then I can turn on my design cap.
Yeah, and really help them make it look good after you help them buy it. So what would you say, I mean, is realtors, I mean, look, there's more realtors than there are listings, okay? And so realtors have, over the years, in fact, when I got my license, I was told the only thing worse than a realtor is a used car salesman, right? And so then that's just the way a lot of people view that.
Everyone knows a dozen.
They're out to take my money. They're out to get my 3%. That's my equity. And look, we can have the realtor compensation conversation another day. That's one that I'm open to having. I owned a flat rate brokerage, so I completely get it. That's not the conversation for today. The conversation for today is, it's not true, because your home is your greatest single investment you're ever going to make. So what is it that you said, the service side? I also get this protective sense about you.
Yes.
So what would you say is your most important role as a real estate agent in protecting your client?
So walking into a house, watching them fall in love with the house, and they're looking at the oven and the countertops and all this. I'm looking at cracks and floor issues and the puddle out back. And I've flat out told clients as they're falling in love and we want to make an offer, I'll say, you're not buying this house. Why? And I start pointing out all of that. But you're right, that is their biggest investment. The last thing I want is someone to buy a house and a week or a month later, we just had to spend $30,000 on plumbing or $10,000 on foundation and all of this. I never want that to happen.
Well, here's the catch-22 on that. The real estate in Alabama, anyways, the Real Estate Association would tell us not to comment on that because we're not experts. But yet, if we see settling or cracks or drainage issues and we don't say anything and our client's out $30,000 the next week, guess who looks like the idiot?
Right.
And so it is a responsibility to protect your clients and to know your craft.
And we know those experts. Yeah, so we know those experts to bring
home inspectors are the greatest asset of a realtor. I mean, to have a home inspector that you can trust. I had one. He was a builder. He was a licensed home builder, a licensed broker, and a licensed home. So he covered everything. All three bases. And so when you found someone you trusted, I mean, because that's the best $400, $500, $600 you'll ever spend.
Yes. Well, and that kind of translates into when you find someone you trust, as a realtor, you're going to refer that person.
Absolutely.
And it's the same thing. If someone finds a realtor they trust, they're going to refer that realtor out, because if you get a realtor that's just along for the ride and they just want to get that house sold because they want that payday, that's not what this is.
Look, just because Joe Bob's uncle, his cousin's brother's Johnny's cousin's
is a realtor.
Barry is a realtor doesn't mean that he's the best realtor to protect your single largest investment.
Exactly.
Let me reiterate that again for those of you in the back that are listening. Single largest investment you're ever going to make. So what is advice that you would give crazy market right now? You're looking at a first-time home buyer and they're saying, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What you're talking to that first-time home buyer right now, what's advice you're going to, other than call Matthew Bryan because he's going to take care of you, what's the advice you're going to give to that first-time home buyer right now?
Right now, I mean, the first thing is I'm going to ask them, what are you paying in rent? And how much can you afford right now? Because if they're looking in a certain area they just have to be in, and I know that home prices are going to drive them monthly payment way up above what they're paying in rent, I'm not afraid to tell someone you need to wait a little bit, or we need to look at another area or different areas. I want to live over there because so-and-so lives there. Well, and that's when
guess what, honey, you can't afford it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's when you have to talk reality. And I'm not afraid to talk reality to people in a very nice way, but nobody wants to be house poor. And our job is to keep someone that we know can't afford this house from buying the
I'm
house.
so glad you said that. That is the biggest thing missing in the real estate profession right now, is that ability to speak truth and knowledge to ignorance.
Right.
And I say that in the most loving and kind way possible. But when I had my brokerage, my number one thing that I taught my real estate agents, you have one job, managing customer expectations. That's the only thing that matters.
Right.
Because if you misrepresent their expectations, guess what? You're going to overpromise and underdeliver every time. If you protect them, educate them, and keep their expectations managed, you will be the greatest realtor that has ever donned the title with the little thing at the end. Don't forget that. They'll get you. Yeah, that's right. But no, that's so good. So, how do folks get in touch with Matthew Bryan?
Just call me, text me.
Smoke signals, doesn't matter.
Yes, 469-651-9859. I chose one of those really long email addresses that I kind of regret. Yeah. It's MatthewBryanTextRealtor@gmail.com. It's like having to write that out 50 times when you talk too much in class. But shoot me a
They'll
text.
find you.
They can find me.
I'm Zach Walker, the Director of Business Development for AMCAP Home Loans. I'm so glad you've joined us today. If you have any questions for us, or if you'd like to get pre-qualified before you call Matthew, give us a call, 469-838-7926. In the meantime, we love you so much. Thank you for stopping by and joining our channel every single day. Matthew, it's been a pleasure, buddy, and we will see you guys next time.